Never before in the history of the NFL have we ever truly seen a GM look like he's playing Madden. Les Snead has broken the NFL. We've seen Madden-style roster building in the MLB with the Dodgers and Mets, and in the NBA with various super teams such as the Nets, Warriors, and Suns in past years. What Les Snead and the Rams have just done this offseason is new to the NFL and may change the game forever. Last season, the Rams roster was near perfect. Their offense was led by MVP Matthew Stafford at quarterback, with a first-team All-Pro wide receiver 1 with the second most receiving yards on the year in Puka Nacua, a wide receiver 2 with the most receiving touchdowns in the league in Devontae Adams, and a strong season out of young halfback Kyren Williams. This offense scored more points and gained more yards than any other in 2025. The defense was not nearly as star-studded, yet it was still a top 10 unit in the NFL. Something about the Sean McVay system was just that good that you could plug and play, turn players previously overlooked into stars. Cornerback Emmanuel Forbes, previously traded from the Commanders to the Rams after being seen as a first-round bust. In the 2005 season alone, he recorded more pass deflections, interceptions, and combined tackles than he did in his year and a half with Washington. Safety Cam Curl, another player drafted by Washington, signed in free agency by the Rams in 2024, and in that season with LA, he'd have the most pass deflections and most forced fumbles of his entire career. And then in 2025, he'd have the most solo tackles of his career. Linebacker Nate Landman, signed in free agency from the Atlanta Falcons in 2025. He would have a breakout year with the Rams, having the most pass deflections, most forced fumbles, most fumble recoveries, most sacks, most combined tackles, most tackles for loss, and most quarterback hits in his entire career. Landman was described as the Rams finding a diamond in the rough, which is how to describe most of this well-crafted 2025 Rams defense. While having the plug-and-play system was cool, the defense of these players wasn't enough to set the Rams apart from other teams. They led up 31 points each to the Panthers and Seahawks in the playoffs, the latter being their elimination. With defensive struggles against high-powered offenses in mind, McVay and Snead knew that they had to take action and set the Rams apart from the NFL. This is when the Rams became a Madden franchise. The Rams entered free agency on day one, guns blazing with a blockbuster trade. The Rams gave up one of their 2 first-round picks for 2026 and 3 other future picks for 25-year-old Chiefs cornerback Trent McDuffie, arguably the best cover corner in the entire NFL. Then on that same day, they went and signed another Chiefs cornerback in Jalen Watson on a 3-year deal, and suddenly, the unproven room with Forbes at cornerback 1 just became much more threatening. Then came the draft, which is surprisingly very questionable for the Rams organization. Instead of stacking their receiver room or offensive line with picks like Mekhi Lemon or Vega Ione, they decided to draft a quarterback in Alabama's Ty Simpson to learn behind reigning MVP Matt Stafford. This pick was controversial, as the Rams could have made their perfect roster even better with a proven rookie to elevate one of their desired positions, and they could easily draft a better quarterback with their first-round pick next year in 2027. Arch Manning, CJ Carr, Drew Mestemaker, Dante Moore, among others, are first-round quarterbacks that could come in for the Rams after Stafford's retirement. It's almost like they're giving away their first-round pick next year. June 1st, 2026. The day that will go down as arguably one of the biggest in NFL history. The Rams traded their young star defensive end Jared Verse alongside their 2027 first-round pick and a few other future picks for Myles Garrett, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, and the man who, in 2025, broke the all-time season sack record with 23 sacks. This man is not just the best edge in football, he's not just the best defensive player in football, he is the best player in the entire league, and there's no argument. The LA Rams, who before this offseason had the second best team in football behind their rival and reigning Super Bowl champs Seattle Seahawks, aren't just the best team in the league, but the acquisitions of McDuffie and Garrett make this team one of the best to ever step onto an NFL field. I'm talking 2007 Patriots, 1985 Bears type great. I mean, just in review, This is a team led by the reigning MVP at quarterback, a receiver who just went for 1,700 yards, another who just led the league in receiving touchdowns, plus a defense with the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, a top 5 cornerback talent, and insanely talented young players across the defense. The Rams will have to face some formidable opponents this year, like the Packers, Bucks, Bills, and of course 2 games each against the Seahawks and 49ers. But to be honest, I would not be surprised if the Rams managed to go undefeated. Their roster is that good. If the Rams don't win the Super Bowl, this season is a failed one. But at least the Rams have this insanely talented and mostly young roster to fall back on in the years ahead. In the end, this all-in them picks attitude earned them a Super Bowl 5 years ago. And this time, they've gone more all-in than any team ever has in the history of the NFL. And the Rams are my no doubt number 1 pick to win the 2026 Super Bowl. This is Braden Kreitzman, signing off. Thanks for watching.